Good morning. This is Monday, a new beginning for a new week. And thank y'all for joining me on Pinky Mom's Cakes, Cookies, and Candy. And I miss my sister, but she is having a fabulous time in Ireland. So we're also known as Pinky Mom's Sisters in the Kitchen. That's because it's my sister and I. We're close in age, but we're not twins. But we have a great time on this video. We have met so many wonderful, wonderful people. And one of our followers has shown Linda a wonderful time over there in Ireland. So thank you, Valerie, and your daughter, Emma. I think she said Emily. Didn't she say Emily, Linda? And forgive me, Valerie, if I said the wrong name, but thank y'all so much for showing her a good time. And Linda will be getting on her plane tomorrow. This is her last day in Ireland, and then tomorrow she'll be leaving Ireland. So I guess tomorrow actually is her last day. But she has done a great time filming and showing y'all her dream vacation, and it's something that she always wanted to do. And so she's, I think she's fulfilled that dream. I think that she has, and I'm glad that she has. So, but this morning I am going to be making a sweet potato tart. And I hope that y'all like sweet potatoes. I like sweet potatoes better actually than I do pumpkin. Did you, Carla?
Yeah.
Carla's with me this morning. You want to say hi to him? The reason that she's not hi, Carla. Anyway, the reason that Carla is not going to stay on camera with me is because she is monitored. We have gained a lot of scammers and what we call pretty boys. That's what Carla calls them, is pretty boys. Somebody else said I read one of the comments that said that they're stink boys, stink bugs or whatever. Anyway, so Carla's going to be monitored and trying to eliminate that. Linda's little trip to Ireland has gained us some new followers, but it's also gained some people that we do not want on our page, because we're not a dating site and we do not appreciate that. So if you're watching us, we've even got somebody that started a new Pinky Mom's Cakes, Cookies, and Candy. But thank y'all so much, because y'all recognize that that is not us. Y'all have been with us long enough to know what our site is. And I've tried to delete most of them, but I'm telling you, I could not keep up with it, because her time schedule and my schedule, what I'm doing here, hasn't been good for me. I just couldn't get it organized. I'd go back and look at it and see. But anyway, enough for that. Our sweet potato pie, it takes a pie crust, whether you home make it or you buy it. This is a Pillsbury bought pie crust. So I want to, this is our rolling pin. I'm going to roll this out just a little bit, not a lot, but I don't want my crust real thick because it's not going to cook long. In the recipe, I said 2 small sweet potatoes. You bake them in an oven, 400-degree oven for 40 to 45 minutes. I've already done that, so the sweet potatoes would be already done. So we're just making the pie. So now I'm going to put the pie crust in our tart pan. You need to put it in a tart pan with a removable bottle. This is Pepper Chef tart pan, and I will be giving away one of these tart pans at the end. Carla, we didn't even discuss how we're going to figure out who's going to win the tart pan.
I'll pick.
Think of something. Do some comments, and Carla will pick out someone to send a tart pan to. So I'm going to put this in my oven. I took my sweet potatoes out. They're still warm, but they're not so hot I can't touch them. I went ahead and baked 3 just in case, because I need a cup of mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes. So, and I did this on one of those modular sheet pans. This is the largest one, and it's just right for little small jobs like this. It's because it's heavy duty. Whatever pan you use, you put foil on it, you want a heavy duty pan to bake your potatoes in, because you don't want the the pan, some pans, if they're thin, will bend during the heating of the oven. So you don't want that. So use a thick baking pan. And I'm going to put this pie crust in this pan. And I did roll this out thin, not real thin, maybe an 1/8 of an inch, whatever, because it's not going to be in the oven that long. I want this crust to get done. So, and I'm going to make sure that I got it. I'm going to press it up against the sides because I want that little crinkle in my crust. So I'm going to mash it to the sides, and hopefully that I'll get it crinkled good like I want it. And when you get your sweet potatoes out, your oven is on 400 to bake the sweet potatoes. Turn it up to 425. That's what we're going to bake this in, is 425. And your comments, sharing and commenting, we're going to, I'm going to give away one of these pans. It's just a little small thin pie is what a tart pie is, and that's my opinion anyway. Okay. All right, now I'm going to take me a knife and I'm going to cut. I'm going to cut this extra pie crust off, and just get rid of it. I have some little tart pans. I'll show them to you in a minute. I have really never used them. I think I got them at TJ Maxx or Tuesday morning. I'm not sure, but I've had them a while and I have never used them. So I may sometime later on today, may not, but sometime soon I am going to use them. I'm going to show them to you. Aren't these cute?
Yes.
Little tart pans. I got 4 of them, and they're so cute. And I'm gonna make some little individual ones, probably of this, so I can give them away. But the reason I'm not doing these, first I was going to use these. I said no, I'm not, because the recipe tells you how to do it on a whole pie, on a whole tart pan. If I go and do this, I'm going to have to change the temperature and everything, so I didn't want to confuse y'all. Because that small pan, it would get done quicker. Okay. All right, I got my tart. I'm going to set this aside. In the recipe, it says put it in the refrigerator. I'm not going to put it in the refrigerator because I've already got my potatoes done and I'm ready for it. So, now I'm going to move this out of the way real quick. I will be glad when Linda gets back. I will be happy to get her back. Now, like I said, I have 3 potatoes here, and they are small. But I may not have to use all of them. So, I'm going to take the skin off, and I'm going to cut those ends off. Put it in there. They peel real easy. And I'll see, when I mash it up, I'll see if I'm going to have to use another one or not. I like sweet potatoes with just cinnamon and a little sweetener or sugar. I like that for a dessert. I love sweet potatoes. Matter of fact, I like sweet potatoes just about any way you fix them. I'm going to set this aside now. Wash my hands. I'm using this little masher here. I'm going to mash them. You know what? I'm going to measure that. I'm going to see. I'm not sure that's a cup. I'm gonna measure. I guess it is. So, yeah, it's a cup. So that's two small ones is perfect. All right. Now I've got a fourth a cup of softened butter. I'm gonna put in here. And a half a cup Imperial dark brown sugar. If you don't have dark brown, you can use light brown, but that's just what the recipe calls for. But you can substitute light. All it is going to make a difference in the color of your pie, your tart. So a half a cup of dark brown Imperial brown sugar, extra fine sugar, and okay, what else do we put in here? 3 tablespoons of flour. Here's my tablespoon. 3 tablespoons of flour, all-purpose flour. Okay. And 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Y'all may disagree with me on some of these spices that I put in here, but if you don't want all these kind of spices, you don't have to. I'm putting a teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm putting a 1/4 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. Oh, I hadn't even opened it. I didn't realize it hadn't been opened. A 1/4 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. I know this is sweet potato, but I'm putting pumpkin pie spice in it. And let's see, pumpkin pie spice, allspice. I'm putting a 1/4 teaspoon of allspice. It has a little bit. It has a few more spices in it. The allspice. It does have cinnamon and all kind of spices, but I just decided I'd put a little bit more in there. I want to get that butter melted in here while that potato is hot. So I'm going to stir it up. The potatoes wasn't just right out of the oven. They were still warm. You do need to cool them a little bit to be able to touch them, but you want that potato hot so it'll melt this butter. So I'm stirring it a little bit more. Oh yeah, I got to put salt in this. A 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And I forgot, I'm gonna put a teaspoon of vanilla. And I'm gonna break this egg in this bowl and stir up the egg a little bit, whip it up. Because I want to make sure the egg is whipped good. So I'm gonna whip it a little bit before I put it in here. Get it all out there. And then I get a 1/4. Oops. I almost tilted that bowl. I'm going to stir this egg up in here a little bit before I put that whipping cream. I want a 1/4 cup plus a tablespoon of whipping cream, heavy whipping cream. 1/4 cup. Get my little spatula out of here. These little, this is my favorite spatula, is that tiny one, because a lot of your measurements are small, and so I like that small spatula, scraper, whatever you call it, whatever you want to call it. See, I'm stirring it up now. It says beat in my recipe, but I'm whipping it with this. I could have got the mixer out and whipped it, beat it, but I think this, by me whipping the egg, I think first, I think it'll be okay. Okay, there's our filling. I'm gonna move this over. And I'm gonna put this in the, I gotta put my milk up, my whipping cream up.
Put the extra cream in?
No, it didn't.
You have a whole host of sous chefs out there.
Y'all gonna keep me straight, aren't you? I'll tell you why that I add this extra. Is because it actually called for bourbon. And I'm putting the extra. I'm gonna just get out enough that I can, and that might have been a mistake when I did that. That's okay. Hey, I make all kinds of mistakes, but it's not gonna get me down. It's hard for me to read the recipe and get it in here, but that's all right. All that milk's gonna do is make it fluffy, which it needs to be, but okay. All right. Just kind of whip it or stir it around a little bit. Have y'all ever forgot to put something in an ingredient and then you just went back and put it in there? Well, I'm famous for it. So, wouldn't be me if I didn't. So, okay, that's it. I'm gonna put my milk up first. I'm putting this in the oven at 425 for 15 minutes. All right, let me time it. Okay. Now, while that is cooking for the 15 minutes, I make a topping to go on it. And that is the topping. When that cooks for 15 minutes at 425, yeah, I put 2 tablespoons of softened butter. The recipe calls for dark brown corn syrup. Well, I had some, but when I opened it, I don't think it was any good. So I'm going to use light corn syrup. And 2 tablespoons of dark Imperial dark brown sugar. It's 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of light brown corn or dark brown corn syrup or corn syrup, and 2 tablespoons of Cairo butter and syrup, and then a half a cup of chopped nuts. I'm gonna go ahead and mash this. I didn't get enough spatulas out. I'm gonna mash this brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of syrup. What did I do with my spoon? here it is, right in front of me. 2 tablespoons of syrup. I'm not sure if Linda is getting to watch or not. Carla, do you see whether she's on there or not?
Yep.
Linda is? Okay.
Yep.
Hi, Linda. I hope you have a good day today and get some help with your luggage.
Hi, Linda. I miss you.
I'm looking forward to hearing all of her adventures that she hasn't already shared with y'all. And she will be sharing some of it when she gets back. So, I'm going to mash my corn syrup, my butter, and brown sugar. And I'm just melting that is soft butter. Not melted, salt. There is a difference. So, you don't want your butter melted in this recipe. This is just a topping that we're going to put over the top of the pie that cooks a little bit. I just opened that brown sugar this morning, and you know, sometimes it gets little lumps in it. I'm going to get that little lump out. So it's just a little lump of brown sugar. When I've got some brown sugar keepers. There's another one. I hate when it just does. But in my canister, I've got a brown sugar keeper, but just opening that, it had some in it. So it's just brown sugar, but it's just a little ball. Okay, so I've got that. Now I'm going to chop up a 1/2 cup of pecans. I'm using the pecans, not Brenda. Oh goodness, I'm so sorry. I was going to write that down because I knew when I got on air I'd forget who sent us these pecans. I've got it written down. I'm sorry, but I appreciate it. I just don't remember right this minute. When I'm busy doing something, unless I've already thought about it ahead of time, I forget. But anyway, I'm not chopping this up fine. That's one reason I didn't get my food chopper out, but I always chop pecans because I don't want it like meal pecans. I just want I want pieces, but not big pieces. So, just kind of chop them up a little bit. I think that's good enough. It's just like a topping anyway. Okay. This may be more than a 1/2 cup. I love these little gnats. These are the little small ones.
I like those too.
I do too. I like the big ones for larger jobs and the small one for smaller jobs. I'll break that one up a little bit. Didn't quite get it big, small enough to suit me. I'm going to put all these pecans in there though. It's a little over a 1/2 cup, but you know, pecans don't fill up all the spaces in the measuring cup anyway. So, wipe this off here. This inferior sugar. Get all this out of the way so I can have a clean workspace. And I'm just going to put it in this. In the pecans. Just stir it up. It's kind of like a crumble. It's really, really thick. I guess I can may have to put my gloves on and just drop it. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but I'll get it on there. What do we like? 8 more minutes. I've told y'all that my granddaughter and her 4 children are coming. Actually, she's coming next week. Saturday, I think. She's coming Saturday. And so she's gonna, one of her youngest son, he loves to cook. He cooks, helps his mother a lot. He likes to make videos. He likes to be on camera, and he loves comments. So he wants to cook something with me when he comes next week. So just flood him with comments, because he immediately, whenever he gets off the camera, he wants to know what people are saying. He's on the, is it the low spectrum of autism, Carla?
Yes.
He's on the low spectrum of autism, but he's a sweetheart, but he loves to cook. So I'm going to let him be on camera next week and help me in the kitchen. And, you know, it's making memories, and that's my great-grandkids, and I love them so much. You know, the grandkids come along. I didn't think that I could love the great-grandkids as much as I did my grandkids, but that's not true. When those little babies come along, and Shelly is one of them that's got a baby. How old is he? 2 months?
Yes.
He's 2 months old, and they just steal my heart. You know, I love children anyway, and Shelly does too. So, little Aaron was her baby, and how is he? 9, 10? Her baby's 10, and she's got a 2-month-old. But it's kind of like a miracle baby, because she tried for so long.
Yesterday.
Oh, that's right. And her
Happy birthday, Jaden. They're taking her to camp, so we'll get to see her on Friday when we pick her up.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah. Jaden, that's her daughter. And she's at, what did you say, church camp this week? And so today is her birthday. So happy birthday, Jaden. And we'll just sing her a little birthday song. Happy birthday to you, oh happy birthday to you. May you feel Jesus near every day of the year. Oh happy birthday to you, oh happy birthday to you. And the best year you've ever had.
Woo, woo, woo. I love you, Jaden. She is so precious.
She'll be here next week, but she's at church camp, which I think that is wonderful. I'm telling you, church camp for children nowadays, and she's a teenager. How old is she, Carla?
16.
16. She's 16. And for 16-year-olds to want to go to church camp, that is just wonderful. I applaud her and back her 100%. I just like to see kids go to church camp, or, you know, camp period helps children. It keeps them occupied, gives them good, teaches them how to deal with other kids around them. It's just good to be in a good group of camp kids. I know our church kids, all of them go. All of our children that's age available, appropriate for camp, they go to camp, and I just love it. I'll back them in every way I can, because it's good for children nowadays. This world doesn't have a lot to offer the youth nowadays, so we need to get in there and back them as much as we can when they want to do something, and encourage them if they don't to try to get involved in a church or you know, some kind of camp that will teach them some good morals. Okay, we got a few more minutes, and Linda, somebody asked you about her luggage. Bless her heart, one of her pieces of luggage was just giving her a lot of problems and pulling it, and so she condensed that suitcase into another tote bag. And so that's, somebody had asked where was her other suitcase. Well, she condensed everything that was in that small suitcase into a tote bag. So I appreciate all the people that has helped her along this journey. She wanted to do this trip by herself, and that is fine, and she has got a lot of determination, and she needed some help. I don't know if I would have been any help to her. I wouldn't have, because you know, it's hard for me to pull suitcases around and everything. But anyway, I'm just so glad that she was able to take this trip, and because it's something that she always wanted to do. So, and we've enjoyed it. I know y'all have enjoyed it, because she has done a marvelous job of taking y'all along with her on this trip. Because, And I told her, I said, Linda, you are working yourself to death. You need to slow down because, you know, you're supposed to be on vacation, and she has worked so hard. It's not easy to film and look and enjoy your vacation at the same time. So I applaud her for that because she really did. She was thinking of y'all. And so I appreciate that she's, you know, she's always thinking of somebody else. So, something else. Oh, yes. We've had people ask about our inventory, our cookbooks. We have cookbooks and we have aprons, pink and white, and Mama's Story on our webpage, which is pinkymileskitchen.com. Well, the inventory has been showing that we were out of cookbooks, but we've updated the inventory and we do have cookbooks and they are available. And so Linda fixed that last night. So you can go in and place an order now for a cookbook. It's our only cookbook that we have out right now. It's old recipes that we did back in 1995. But we've cooked most of them, not all of them, on air. But we are working on a new cookbook, but that will not be out till close to Christmas. And the new cookbook will have some new recipes. It will have all the recipes that we've done on air, plus it's going to be some that we're going to do next year in there. So we're going to offer for y'all a cookbook, and so that you will have the recipes, some of them that we're going to be cooking next year. So working on that. It's kind of a busy thing to keep all this going and inventory, and it's just we love it do it, but sometimes it gets a little much. I guess it's because of our age. I don't know. I told my girls this morning, I said, you know, I'm the type of person that it's hard for me to do anything if there's something in my house or something in the back of my mind that I need to be doing. It's hard for me to do what I need to do, and with all that on my mind. So I'm going to be working on that and trying to get all that fixed so that I can concentrate more on our videos. There's a lot of things. I cook all the time, but like I said, if I've got something else on my mind, it's a little different video and on camera than just when you're cooking. So I'm hoping that I can get these other things taken care of so that I would take y'all along with a little bit more of my everyday life. You know, I love to sit on the porch. I love to birds. Every time when I'm sitting on the porch, I'm gonna take a picture of the red birds because there's 2 or 3 of them that comes around every morning. I get my camera out to take the picture and they'll just fly off. So one of these days I'm gonna catch them. I'm gonna catch them and show y'all. Okay, my buzzer went off. So now I am going to turn the oven down to 350. All right, let me get this out of here. It cooks fast in a 400-degree oven. So now this is our pie, and it is getting done. I'm gonna put my gloves on. I was thinking I would probably have to do this, so I got my gloves out because I'm going to sprinkle or try to sprinkle this topping on this, but it's pretty thick, so I'm not sure how that's going to work. But we're gonna give it a try. All right, so I'm just going to kind of sprinkle it around on top, and it's not sprinkle because it don't sprinkle, but this has got butter in it. When it hits that oven, it will divide. But I'm just going to put it all over the top. This is gonna be good. Ooh, it smells so good. And I love sweet potatoes just about any way. But I'm gonna give one of these pans away. It doesn't have to completely cool, but this, you can put this in the refrigerator after it cools off, and keep it for several days. But I'm noticing my crust. Now, I roll this crust, not paper thin, but by 1/8 of an inch, because you want the crust to get done. And because I did roll it thin, it is going to be done. Okay, this it's almost like a pumpkin pecan, ain't it? Pie. I guess, I mean, not pumpkin, I mean sweet potato. All right. I hope I didn't get it too thick in certain places. I think I've divided it enough that it, when it starts cooking, I'm gonna take my gloves off now. Okay. I hope that oven has cooled off a little bit. I'm hoping this, see, I'm hoping the crust doesn't get too much browner. Okay, I'm gonna set my timer for 10 minutes. Now, 8 to 10 minutes. I set it for 10. I may check it in a few minutes because the recipe said 8 to 10 minutes. And we shouldn't have to wait too long. I'm gonna try to get it off the, let me see, what did I get? I need to put it on a tray. I'll get a, Carla, can you get me that cake take over there, please? I'm gonna try to put it on that. I didn't think about that whenever, before. If you get me that, well then I will put the pie on it so you can see it better. I'm not sure. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna have to wipe it off. I keep this on here so it won't slide around. I'm gonna, give me a second. I'm gonna wash this just a second. I'm gonna put my pie on here. And cut it. You know, some towels, cup towels, they just don't absorb the water. I like something that will absorb the water. I'm gonna get me another cup towel out. See if this will do it better. Oh yeah, nothing beats terry cloth. I don't want to put my pie crust on a damp, wet tray. What was it? The temperature? It's 85. Well, that's good. It's near 11, so that's not near as hot. I don't know what it's supposed to get today, but we've really been having some hot days. Very hot. I mean, I think the index, some parts of Texas, the index was 130. My cousin posted it, and the heat index was 130. That is hot. And I'm ready for a little cool weather. It doesn't seem like that it's already August, but it's almost August. Well, we're still like a couple of weeks, but I mean, time is just going by so fast.
Are you gonna come back on when it's out, or are you?
No, it's not but a few minutes. Okay. It's not but 7 minutes, 5 or 7 minutes, and I'm gonna get it out and show y'all. It should come out pretty clean. Let's see if I can find my pie. We got to get the pie cutter out, pie slicer. Oh well, that's okay. I thought about it this morning. I said, get your pie slicer out. I only have one kitchen drawer to put all my little utensils in, and it's just not enough. So it's hard to find it when you've got so much in there. So I'm just not going to try to find it. I'll just cut it with a knife. And this is our pepper chef trivet. These are silicone, and they are so nice that you can put your hot things right out of the oven on this. Doesn't burn it. You can put it on the table. It's just, I really like these silicone. Now, Carl, have you found anyone's name yet? She'll be back on in a few minutes.
Yes.
So who I'm going to give the Tart pan to?
Yes. Debbie Falk, F-A-U-L-K.
Debbie Falk, F-A-U-L-K. Is that
Yes.
what you said? So Debbie Falk, congratulations. And I'll be getting that pan out to you. I'm going to go live on my other page and do some more giveaways this afternoon. Oh, I forgot about something. I do plan on doing that, but I can't tell you what time because Carl and I, we're gonna have a fun afternoon. You know, it's we just need to have a fun day. And so after we get off air, Carl and I, we're gonna go shopping. We're gonna be doing just doing some things for enjoyment. So that's what we're going to be doing whenever we got to go to Sam's and several stores. So I don't know what time I'll be back to go on my other page. I don't want to interfere with what Linda's doing. She may want to go back live on in Ireland. So I will communicate with her, and if she's not going to be on, we might do a little video in the store in Sam's. I love Sam's. I go in, they just seem to have what I need and in bulk, because when I buy things, I like to buy it in bulk. So we may but I'm not going to live if Linda is going to go live in Ireland. I've tried to stay off of the video so she could have it, because that's only once in a lifetime, or at least it's the most important right now, to let her show y'all what everybody's doing, what that country looks like. It's beautiful over there.
It sure is.
It is just
I've
beautiful.
enjoyed so much.
Yeah, it's beautiful scenery and the cool temperature. I think that's one thing I would really like. I'm gonna, I don't know. We've been talking about doing a little trip, me and my girls, and but it's going to be when it's cool weather, because it's just too hot to be out in it. Right now, so we're going to be doing that. And of course, our family reunion is coming up in October, and we'll be going there. And I'm not sure yet whether I'm going to be camping or not. I'm not sure, but anyway, I'll be going. So my mind is almost blank. Everything we do on here is so spontaneous until we don't try to write our script or anything like that. We're just whatever is on our mind. Church, we had a wonderful service over the weekend, and our new pastor will be preaching for us on Sunday. So I'm looking forward to that. I think we're going to have a wonderful new beginning. It's going to be a change, but that's okay. You know, changes are hard, but sometimes, you know, they're good. So it's I'm looking forward to that, and everybody is, you know, is happy. Everybody's happy, so that's another good thing. Everybody's going to back him, and we have a wonderful church. We just have a wonderful church. Of course, we're going to miss our old Brother Boatman. We're going to miss him and Sister Boatman so much. But it's time they got some relaxation. It's time that they got to enjoy life in their senior years. So I'm excited for them at the same time. I grew up, we all grew up in Nacogdoches, and we had a small church. Didn't have that many people. It was a little small wooden church, and I think we've even posted a picture of it before. We had a wonderful group there, young people's leader. Sharon was my friend in church, and she was my friend in school. So I went from the 1st grade to the 12th grade with my good friend that I went to church with also. And I have been wanting to go visit her, and that's another little trip that I want to take very soon. Because I hadn't seen her. Goodness, I hadn't seen her probably, I guess it's probably been a year since we met at a restaurant and had lunch together. She lives in Lufkin. So I'm planning that trip pretty soon. Sweet, sweet girl. She's just so sweet. She's lost her parents like I have. And actually, it's just, she just has 2 siblings left. So she had 4. There was 4 in Sharon's family, and she's lost her 2 older brothers and sisters. They were quite a bit older than her. Her brother is the baby, and then it's her. So I'm looking forward to that little trip. And her mother played the guitar and sang in church, had a beautiful voice. Sharon has a beautiful voice, and she is an organist at her church in Lufkin. And so very talented. And Sharon can play the guitar too. Very talented. Mother, she taught us to sorry about that blink, but we was having a spam call, so I had to get them off. Them spammers, they have just swamped this business phone in the last week. Here's my pie. I'm hoping, I can't tell very well for sure if this is done, but I'm pretty sure it is. And the reason for that is because that butter that was in that topping, it's kind of standing on top. Okay, let me turn this off. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's little pockets of that butter on top. So I definitely got to let this cool a minute because it was sink down in the pie. I am going to try. Yeah, I can. I may need your help a minute, Carla.
Sure. What you need?
I don't want to burn myself.
Oh, shoot. That was close.
I don't know if y'all seen that or not, but when I slid that on there, it just almost slid off. But I wanted it off so y'all could.
We almost had pie on the floor.
I was a little impatient. I should have waited till Carla got here. But anyway, so that's, I'm going to let it cool just a few minutes before I take it off with the bottom rim. This rim inside here does not have that border, so it's not going to be hard to get off. But I don't want, I could slide it off real easy, I believe, but I'm going to wait till it cools just a minute. I really wanted to slice it while I was on camera and not have to come back on, but I definitely don't want to cut this until that butter. Let me see if I can show y'all. I'm going to try. Whoops. This butter standing. And I want that butter to cool off a minute before I cut it because it's really hot. But see, that didn't take long. That didn't take long to make this pie at all. It was 15 minutes and then 10 minutes. 25 minutes. That's not bad at all. Of course, you take it out and you change your oven temperatures. Let me see if I can. I want to take that off so bad. Oh, it'll come off. I better wait. I don't want to mess up something. Put this up here. I don't want to mess up my pie. So I'm probably going to have to come back on and show it to you because I don't want to mess it up. It smells so good. I know it wouldn't affect the taste, but it would affect my slice of pie. So I hope that y'all have a good day. I will come back on. It's not going to take it long. It's going to take us a few minutes to get ready to leave anyway. So I'll come on before I leave and cut it. And probably about 15-20 minutes, I'll come back on and just do a little quick show and taste. Because I am anxious to taste of this. So, are you too? So, thank y'all so much for hanging in there. And I will be back in about 20 minutes or so and show you how it cuts. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Don't forget to count your blessings.